Birth number 7. You have a highly developed mind. For you, it is a tool with which you study the world and all its features. Your mind has a pronounced philosophical and spiritual focus. You have an analytical and rationalistic approach to interpersonal relationships. Emotions are a ghostly and shaky ground that you prefer not to trust. Emotional people seem slightly infantile and unpredictable to you. You have excellent intuition. You need to meditate and practice special spiritual exercises to develop your intuitive abilities. One day you will understand the power of intuitive knowledge, and deep faith will awaken in you. You are not inclined to judge things by their external side. Do not seek to use adventurous approaches to solving problems and are not gambling. You are not one of those who like life without looking back. You feel that you can simply burn out. You prefer to work alone and rely only on your own strength. Always strive to complete what you have started. Your interests lie in the field of science, technology, and metaphysics. You are very receptive and deeply sensitive, but at the same time you do not scatter your feelings or show them. You like to spend time alone, but at the same time you want to make sure that you do not look like an outcast. You can be persistent and stubborn. You should beware of excessive commitment to analytical reasoning, emotional coldness, and cynicism. You can become very critical and selfish, and these character traits can bring you great misfortunes if you lose caution. This applies primarily to family life. And yet, once you get married, you strive to remain a gentle and faithful spouse. Use the high abilities of your mind, but do not forget about your heart. Feel free to share your feelings with those you trust. Maintain stability and openness in your relationships with people. This approach will balance your mental strength and will become a reliable support in life. Birth number 8. You have abilities in the field of business and have a good sense of money. In business, your credo is originality, creativity, and courage. You have prudence, but you need space to practice it. Otherwise, you can become abrupt and domineering in everything. It is advisable to avoid partnerships and work alone. The desire for competition and the reluctance to partner, especially when the costs of effort and resources are divided equally, can lead to the fact that you will indulge your desire to intrigue and maneuver. You are skillful and can implement a large project. If you have not yet founded your own agency or business, then this awaits you in the future. Leadership is your gift. You have great organizational skills. You can manage large groups of people and lead them in the direction you have chosen. Realistic, self-confident, practical, ambitious, and goal-oriented. Other people respect you and your opinion. They know that they can rely on you. You love to argue. When other people place their hopes on you, it stimulates you to action, especially in cases where you need to defend your good reputation. Often dramatize situations related to money. Value your social status and tend to demonstrate the results of your achievements. Are proud of your family and love compliments on this account. Have a strong character, but sometimes this turns into a desire for dominance and arrogance. Do not tolerate weakness, be it your own or someone else's. Not inclined to show your feelings. You need to develop such qualities as perseverance and tenacity. You will encounter many obstacles. Consider them as a challenge of fate and go towards them. This will make you strong. Your internal attitude to life's difficulties is the cause of failures and successes. Birth number 9. You are broad-minded, idealistic, compassionate. You are capable of receiving a deep specialized education, especially in the arts. You are exceptionally creative. Many great artists were born on the 9th. You can come to a true understanding of life, turning yourself into a great servant of society. You are very valuable to society because you organically combine practicality and a humanitarian approach. Your life task is to find a place for yourself where you can bring direct benefit to others. You can bring the greatest benefit to people if you find a path from the material to the spiritual at all levels of life. Children born on the 9th, growing up, usually devote a lot of time to choosing a profession. You are socially oriented and have charm. You are loved and admired. You easily find contact with anyone. You have a broad view of the world and are able to see things of a higher order, including international relations and great social changes. You are able to express your feelings well, but sometimes tend to over-dramatize. You have a strong interest in philosophy and metaphysics. Nines are lucky with unusual sources of life funds, such as an unexpected inheritance or dizzying success. The number 9 brings a certain element of sacrifice. This requires from you the ability to forgive and selflessly love. You should avoid bad habits. Your life task is to learn to evaluate any situation with maximum impartiality, relying only on your own strength and believing that, by going your own way, you will achieve your goals. Birth number 10. You are very ambitious and want independence. You have the qualities of a leader and a strong desire for success. You strive to live, guided by your dreams, to be brave, resilient in overcoming obstacles on the path to freedom. You have a sharp mind and a tendency to analyze. You can become an excellent manager. You are able to develop a brilliant plan and organize people to implement it. Very often you suffer from doing boring and routine work. You can become desperate and even depressed if life drowns you in tedious trifles. In order to protect yourself from such situations, you need to learn the art of careful and thoughtful risk. You should learn to assert yourself. By nature, you are a pioneer, and you need to focus on the positive aspects of this quality. You can become stubborn and unapproachable if an issue is being discussed in which you consider yourself an authority. But at the same time, you are a kind and loyal friend, inclined to show your feelings. At the same time, an ineradicable spirit of competition lives in you, and you can be worried and even hurt by the success of others, especially if they are colleagues or friends. You will achieve success by developing the consistency and creativity that you possess. Birth number 11. You are very idealistic and have a deep intuition, which allows you to become a spiritual mentor and/or a healer. You are able to understand people before they understand themselves. In general, you know the mechanisms of motivation of certain human actions. You are highly sensitive, emotional, and react strongly to everything. Criticism addressed to you can easily traumatize you, so much so that you will then have to recover for a long time from such a trauma. You are gifted with the qualities of a seer and are often able to inspire people with your ideas about a better structure of the world and society. Your intuition and sensitivity will inevitably lead to philosophy and idealistic interests. You are inclined to encourage people to search for new ways of arranging life. Your presence is a catalyst. You also have high leadership qualities. Your life will serve others more as an example, but not as real support. You are not a consistent and caring leader. You prefer to leave people alone with their difficulties and give occasional abstract guidance, rather than patronize and inspire them every hour. You gravitate towards certainty. Once you have set your mind on a specific goal, you are capable of devoting yourself entirely to achieving it. And yet, sensitivity can make your life a nightmare. You are capable of feeling what others are thinking, and their mental garbage can hurt you painfully. The thoughts and experiences of others are an open book for you. You will need to make a lot of effort to maintain your own stability amid the raging passions and emotions of the surrounding world. You work well with people, often inspiring others with your own example and idealism. The business world is not your element, with the possible exception of the role of an advisor. Your inner world is intuition, not reason. In thoughts and actions, you are prone to dramatization. You work on problems and solve them exclusively with the help of intuition. You are more of a dreamer than a doer. Your nervous system is very closely connected with the functions of the body, especially the digestive system. It is quite possible that you will have to follow a certain diet. In any case, you should limit your intake of fats and sugar while using mineral supplements to your food. Again, we are talking not only about the health of the digestive system, but also about the health of the nervous system.